The Xueyantuo were Syr-Tardush were an ancient Tiele Turkic people and Turkic khanate in central, northern Asia who were at one point vassals of the Gokturks, later aligning with China's Tang dynasty against the Eastern Gokturks. Xueyantuo started from Selenga River, Xueyanhe River. The tribe name is Seyanto. Xueyantuo Chinese Han character undergo considerable revision by rise and fall of Chinese dynasty, so have many names as Xueyantuo, Xueyanhe, Xienianhe, Seyanto, Selenga, Selyanha, etc. History. Initially the Zhou and the Yantuo were two separate tribes. The Zhou appeared earlier as Xinli but were not referred to again until the 7th century. After Yeshibo, the Xueyantuo founded a short-lived khanate over the steppe under Zhengzhou Khan, his son Duomi Khan and nephew Yite Wuxi Khan, the last of which eventually surrendered to the Chinese. On March 27, 630, the Xueyantuo allied with the Chinese to defeat the Eastern Khanate in the Yin Mountains. Ilig Khagan escaped but was handed over to the Chinese by his subordinate Khagan on May 2. After Eastern Gokturk Ilig Khagan Ashina Duobi was defeated by Tang in 630. The Xueyantuo effectively took over control of the Eastern Gokturks' former territory, at times submissive to Tang and at times warring with Tang and the subsequent Khan of the Eastern Gokturks that Tang supported, the Kilibi Khan Ashina Simo. In 632 they repulsed an army of Yabgu Khagan from the Western Khanate, then subjugated the Kalukat, the Ulungur and Irtish River, and the Yenisei Kyrgyz tribes. In 634 one of the rivals, Dubu Khagan, son of Chuluo Khan, who ruled much of the eastern half of the Western Khanate, was eliminated before escaping to China. After that they maintained a friendly relationship with the Chinese until 639, when a raid on the Chinese capital was planned by the Gokturks under Ashinaji Shuai, who had been disparaged by the Chinese emperor. He allied with his nephew Ashina, choosing him as the leader of the raid on May 19. They were unsuccessful and over 40 rebels were executed. Helua, who was spared and expelled to the far south. After this incident, an arraignment was made on August 13. A deportation of all Gokturks north of Ordos was carried out, in an attempt to restore the puppet Eastern Khanate as a barrier against the Xueyanto, to disperse their attention over the territorial competition in the west. Among the Gokturk nobles, Ashina Simo was selected as the Khagan with his capital at the border. The plot failed, as he was unable to gather his people, many of his tribesmen having escaped to the south by 644 after a series of unsuccessful incursions by the Xueyantuo supported by the Chinese. Those defeats by the advancing Chinese had made the tribal allies lose confidence in them. The crisis deepened the next year when a coup d'état took place within the clan. On August 1, 646, they were defeated by the Uyghur and the Chinese. The Xueyantuo's Duomi Khan, Huo, was killed by the Uyghur. A Tang army led by the general Li Daozong, the prince of Jiangxia, crushed the Xueyantuo forces. The last Xueyantuo Khan, the Yite Wuxi Khan Duomoji, surrendered. For a relationship with the later Chateau Turks, Chateau, the remnants were destroyed 2 years later on September 15. Khans of Xueyantuo, Yeshibo, the Yidi Khan, Yinan, the Zhangzhupiki Khan, or, in short, Zhenshlu Khan. Bizhuo, the Jialajalishikshadwomi Khan, or, in short, Duomi Khan. Duomoji, the Yite Wuxi Khan. Surname of Khans. The surname of Xueyantuo's Khans is uncertain, although modern Chinese historian Bo Yang listed their surname as Yishi in his edition of the Zhiji Tongzhan. but Bo cited no source for his use of Yishi as a surname. It is possible that Bo was influenced by the Tongdian, which asserted the Xueyantuo surname as Yila to a certain studies that was made. According to Sen Zhongmian, the aforementioned name are related to the variant of Eltris. Du and Liakin asserted that the name Yishi Bo can also be read interchangeable as Yedi. The Ziji Tongshan, in the original, referred to one ethnic Xueyantuo general named Duomo, possibly the Yite Wuxi Khan by the family name of Zhu, although the Tang Huiyao indicated that it was not the same person, as it indicated that the Yite Wuxi Khan died during Emperor Taizong's reign. The Tang Huiyao also asserted that the rulers of Xueyantuo claimed to be originally named Zhu, and that the name of the tribe was changed to Xueyantuo after the Zhu defeated and merged the Yantuo into the tribe. During the late Tang dynasty, a group of Xueyantuo remnants known as Shatuo began to play a very important role in Chinese politics. Leaders of the following Jing Kingdom, the later Tang, the later Jin, the later Han and the northern Han state during the 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms were largely ethnic Shatuo.